The media controls us. Many people do not realize this, mainly because their manipulation is subtle. Every news headline you read or news section you watch is all designed to control you and decide what you should think. But why do people believe the media? It is because the media is presented as being independent. The truth is, they are not. They are all connected and controlled by the government to create the huge media machine. One of the media's favorite tactics is fear. Just look at some examples of how they use fear-mongering.
These are the sorts of weapons that families are finding from loved ones that have passed. They're finding in garages, etc. But when they see them, they're then not quite sure what to do with it. If you bring it into your local police station, we will safely dispose of it for you.
We are realistic enough to realise that we're not going to get hardened gang members who are in possession of weapons they intend to use, hand in a gun. But this is part of our response to try and make it as difficult as possible for those people to come into possession of any type of weapon at all.
Good evening. In China, there's been a huge outpouring of grief and anger at the treatment of a doctor who tried to warn the world of the dangers of the coronavirus. Hundreds of millions of people have viewed social media posts on Dr. Li Wenliang, who's died after contracting the illness while treating infected patients. He was censored by the authorities in the city of Wuhan after raising the alarm back in December about the potential dangers of the virus. The government has now sent officials to investigate how he was treated. Well, as the coronavirus continues to spread, controls and restrictions are increasing right across China, where more than 600 people have now died and another 31,000 have been infected. From Beijing, here's our China correspondent, John Sudworth.
In some cities, those suspect...
Have you not noticed how all news is negative? It is scientifically proven that people are more interested in negative news. If you watch BBC, it will consist of death, stabbings, muggings, global warming, all negative things. Because this generates fear, and fear means control and manipulation.
A child can be heard saying...
A very important development on bioterrorism to tell you about. Researchers in Wisconsin and the Netherlands, working separately, have created a form of the deadly bird flu virus that can easily spread from person to person. There is growing concern that if terrorists got their hands on this information, they could create a virus that could kill millions of people around the world. The bird flu virus, known as H5N1, is fatal in 60% of human cases. Since it was first detected back in 1997, about 600 people have been sickened by it. Of those, only 336 have died, mainly because it cannot yet be transmitted between humans. In response to the new research, the government's National Science Advisory Board for Biosecurity, for the very first time, has asked the journals Science and Nature to withhold certain details of the new research from reports they intend to publish. Joining us to talk much more about this.
An unbroadcast section of a BBC radio interview you did in 1978 recently came to light, included on a pill album. And you were talking about making a film where you kill famous people. Now, it's never been played on television before, but it has a particular relevance. Let's listen to this.
So who else is on the goner list?
Oh, it's endless, believe me. I just want to make a film of it. On film, I'd like to kill Jimmy Savile. I think he's a hypocrite.
When I write...
But he's into all kinds of seediness that we all know about but are not allowed to talk about. I know some rumours. I bet none of this will be allowed out.
I should imagine libelous stuff will be allowed out.
Nothing I said is liable.
The internet has made things even worse. Fake news is everywhere. People are lazy. They do not research. They see something shared on Facebook and they believe it. Why? Because people believe everything they read. They do not question. Social media has become a weapon for the media. They can now freely share as many lies and fake news as they wish. I want you to learn one thing from this video. The next time you watch the news or look at an article, I want you to question it. I want you to research. Start learning to think for yourself. I want you to think. Why are the media telling us this? What do they want to achieve? What message are they really sending? Once you consider these questions, the truth becomes clear. Fear the media. They are dangerous.